What if the Avril Lavigne you know and love isn't Avril at all? What if she died in 2003 and a body double named Melissa has been living her life ever since? Sounds like a conspiracy dumpster fire, but hold on. From shifting facial features to eerily cryptic lyrics, this theory has more layers than a Hot Topic sale rack. Let's dive into one of the internet's most chaotic celebrity conspiracies, and maybe, just maybe, question everything we thought we knew about the punk princess of the 2000s. Okay, here's the actual origin of the chaos. In 2011, a Brazilian fan blog called Avril Está Morta, literally Avril is dead, posted a long thread claiming that Avril Lavigne died in 2003 and was replaced by a lookalike named Melissa Vandella. Worth noting, the blog's author later admitted it started as a social experiment, not hard evidence. Still, the proof they gathered? Changes in Avril's handwriting, facial structure, voice, fashion sense, and even height. Oh, and one especially weird clip where her nose allegedly morphs mid-interview. Spoiler, it's probably just compression artifacts. Internet sleuths went wild, but the theory didn't stay on obscure blogs. It blew up on Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube. Suddenly, fans were digging through lyrics, paparazzi photos, and even comparing the shape of Avril's ears. Yep, ear forensics. That's where we are now. Let's rewind. Early 2000s, Avril was the poster girl for teen angst. Baggy pants, ties over tank tops, eyeliner thick enough to block UV rays. Her debut album, Let Go, 2002, made her a star, edgy, raw, and refreshingly anti-pop. But after 2003, things changed. Her second album, Under My Skin, was darker, lyrically and visually. Fans noticed a sudden shift in tone, from punk rebel to pop princess. Her fashion got more polished. Her behavior in interviews became more reserved. Her face? Different, fans claimed. Reality check. People age. Styles evolve. And yes, makeup, lighting, and even plastic surgery can play a role. But that hasn't stopped fans from making comparisons. Before and after photos break down eyebrow arch, jawline, even nostril width. Handwriting analysts jumped in too. Some say 2002 Avril had a more aggressive signature, while post-2003 Avril's was rounder and softer. Again, that could just be maturity, but fans see patterns. Even vocal nerds joined the party. They compared her live performances, claiming old Avril had a deeper nasal voice, and new Avril sounded higher, more polished. Fun fact, that's not uncommon. Artists often adapt their vocal technique or tone over time. But for some, that shift was the smoking gun. People even pulled up her vocal register in live performances. Old Avril had a deeper, more nasal voice. New Avril sounded higher, more controlled. And if Melissa is fake, how do you explain the eyebrow shift of 2004? Of course, the real Avril could have just grown up. But when has that ever stopped the internet? Fan theory number 1, Melissa. The body double. So who the heck is Melissa? According to the theory, Melissa Vandella was hired as Avril's body double to dodge paparazzi or fill in at public appearances. Allegedly, they became close friends. But then tragedy struck. Avril's grandfather passed away. She spiraled into depression and possibly died by suicide. Let's pause here. This part of the theory is completely unverified. There's no record of a Melissa Vandella ever working with Avril, or even existing outside this theory. Still, fans ran with it. Cue panic at the record label. Avril was a brand, a multi-million-dollar product. So, the theory goes, instead of shutting it all down, they swapped her out. And here's where it gets spooky. Some believe there are hidden clues in the music. The song Nobody's Home? Supposedly Melissa's way of processing the cover-up. Others say, Under My Skin was Avril's goodbye, or Melissa's cry for help. These lyrical interpretations are just that, interpretations. The song was co-written with Ben Moody and has no official link to this theory. Still, it's juicy enough to keep the Reddit threads alive. Too wild to believe, or too specific to ignore? Let's see you try to debunk this one in the comments. Fan theory number 2. Symbolism and coded messages. Now we're getting weird. Fans comb Avril's lyrics for hidden messages, like they're decoding a cry for help from inside the Matrix. Take My Happy Ending, with lyrics like, "It's not like we're dead," or "I'm not the same girl from Innocence." If you want to believe these are code, they sure sound suspicious. Even the album art gets suspicious glares. Under My Skin features Melissa, in washed-out tones, looking pale and distant. Fans say it's symbolic of a buried identity, a body swap, a hidden truth. Of course, this is purely symbolic analysis. No concrete statements were made by Avril or her team to support these ideas. But as with all good conspiracy theories, ambiguity fuels the fire. Fan theory number 3, industry cloning and replacement strap in. This theory takes a hard left into science fiction. What if Melissa isn't a random actress, but a lab-grown clone? Yep. The internet being the internet, this theory folds in wild stuff, like secret industry programs that replace stars with obedient replicas, the kind that don't age, don't rebel, and don't complain. And they point to other glitches in the Matrix, like Eminem freezing mid-interview, or celebrities repeating exact phrases in different settings. No surprise, there's zero scientific evidence for this. But man, is it entertaining. Fan theory number 4, Melissa is a metaphor plot twist. What if Melissa never existed at all? This version of the theory says Melissa is a metaphor, not for a literal body double, but for Avril's lost identity. The pressure, the fame, the grief after losing her grandfather, it crushed the real Avril. What came after wasn't her, but a manufactured version, polished, safe, marketable. Melissa, in this telling, is the name we give to the persona Avril had to become. And honestly, this one might be the most believable of them all. So, did Avril Lavigne actually die in 2003 and get replaced by a cheerful pop replicant named Melissa? Probably not. But did fans notice real changes in her voice, image, and attitude? Absolutely. And has the theory taken on a life of its own as a metaphor for celebrity identity loss? 100%. More importantly, why do we love this theory so much? Maybe because it says something about us, about how we idolize stars, then panic when they change, about how the pop industry shapes artists into avatars, and how sometimes we'd rather believe in clones than accept that people grow up. And hey, if this theory's fake, why hasn't Avril held a press conference with a birth certificate and retinal scan, huh? Too crazy to be real, or too real to ignore? So, are you Team Avril, Team Melissa, or Team "This is wild, but I'm here for it"? Drop your wildest theory in the comments and let's get weird. Smash that like button if you're Team Avril, or drop a "If Melissa fooled you too." Share this video with a friend who still thinks SK8er Boy was autobiographical. Subscribe for more deep dives into Hollywood's strangest mysteries. You never know who's really behind the mic.